I'm Henrik. My in-game name is Froggen, and I play mid lane for Alliance.
So how did you get involved in esports?
I just played a lot of League of Legends, and then eventually I got on a team, and then I just kept switching teams till I got on a really good team. And then in start of 2012, we started winning a lot on the new team I got on, and that's how I became popular.
What have you sacrificed to get where you are today?
I sacrificed, like, at first it was the school I dropped out of, so I could go to different events and I could go to Korea for a couple of months. And after that, I eventually moved to Germany in Cologne. And then, like, I can't keep up with all my friends back in Denmark that much. So my friends back in Denmark and my school is probably the biggest things.
Well, you can carry them in League, right? Let's see. Hey, can you carry us? Yeah, sure. So take us through take us through a day in your life as a pro gamer, from when you get up in the morning to when you go to bed.
Okay, so if I'm just in the gaming house normally, I would wake up around like 11 a.m. and wake up, shower, get something to eat, and then I would just start playing. And it's just playing alone or playing with another guy. And then I would play until we have practice. And that's usually 3 hours of practice. And then the clock is around 6 p.m. And then we just eat dinner. And then we start practicing again around 7, all the way till 10. And then after that, I usually watch movies, so I play more solo queue.
So what separates League of Legends from all the other MOBAs out there?
I think it's really simple to play and really simple to get into, but it's really hard to learn because there's so many small things that you will have to keep track of. So, like, I think it's easy to understand.
What are your thoughts on League of Legends and esports? They're now filling soccer stadiums.
I think it's really, really awesome. Like, I've been in esports from when it started growing a lot, which is in season 2, and then it got really big towards the end and stuff, and it has been really fun to see it grow that much.
What advice would you give to an aspiring pro gamer who thinks he's good at League of Legends?
It depends how good he is at the time, because if he's still having school and he's not sure to be on a team that can be an LCS or something, I would advise him to stay in school till he's actually sure he's on a team that when he can play LCS. And then if his dream is to play LCS and be a pro gamer, then he should definitely go for it.
Where do you see esports 5 years from now?
I have no clue, to be honest. Like, just over the course of the 3 years I've been a pro gamer, it has changed a lot. Like, right now we filled out a soccer stadium, like all the way. So, like, when I started, there was, it was still big crowds, but it was like tens of thousands of people at the event, you know? So it was like a couple of thousands. So just over the, like, 2-3 years, it has, like, grown so much. So I really don't know where it will be.
What role has the Coke Zero Challenge Series had with League this season?
I honestly don't really know, because, like, I think it's really good that the challenger scene is growing, because back in, like, season 3, there wasn't a lot of focus on the challenger teams, only if they, like, won everything and then was like, hey, they have a chance of, like, getting into LCS, and then it either works or it didn't. Like, now there's more focus from sponsors and stuff on the challenger scene, now that Coke joined, so I think it's really good.
What's the biggest misconception about pro gamers?
We do play a lot, but we also do a lot of socializing kind of stuff. Like, after LCS, we would go out for, like, drinks together with other teams and whatnot, and basically just have a good time. So, like, we're not just nerds playing all the time, we are also human.
What similarities do you see between cyber athletes and, like, real athletes? You guys both like winning.
Yeah, we both are very competitive, and
Both work hard, right? A lot of practice.
yeah, I don't know how much they practice, but, like, we practice a lot, like 10-12 hours a day probably, so I'm not really sure.
What do you think it is a key to be a pro gamer today? Just practice, practice, practice?
I think it's a mix. Like, you need to practice a lot, but you also need to, like, have a lot of talent. But, like, right now there basically is a lot of room for people to join esports if they are very dedicated to the game. Like, if you spend 10 hours on the game a day, like, you can easily go get a job, like, as a coach, as an analyst, or, like, help other teams out and whatnot. Like, there's so many things you can do outside of just being a pro gamer. But if you want to be a pro gamer, you need talent and you need to dedicate yourself a lot to the game.
What's the secret to your success in League of Legends?
I think I got really lucky at the right time, but I also practice a lot and I always played a lot in the game, and I've always been enjoying the game a lot. There's a lot of pro gamers that start disliking the game after years because they play it every single day, many hours a day. So, but for me, I still enjoy playing the game and I still find it fun. So I think that's a big thing.